All right, we're ready to go here again. We got a game, folks. Big turnaround by the Whalers with a couple of late period goals there in the second to go ahead in the game, 4-3. Let's hopefully we can keep this momentum going throughout the third period now and throw a few more up there. Maybe we'll get the chance to take a view at our fourth line players here for the Whalers. All right, third period underway here now. Crusaders grab it in the neutral zone. And move it down into the corner where it is still possessed by the Crusaders, trying to feed it down the boards. Carter Snell picked that off and is moving it up to the neutral zone and dishes it up to Jenkinson, who dumps it in deep, wraps it on the board over to where Lester picks it up on the midboard. And throws a big hit into one of the Crusader players. And the Whalers trying to get a little bit of control going here, and shot on goal by Carter Snell from the point is gloved down by the Crusader goalie. And we'll be changing up the lines here. We got Johnson boys. Ben Lombardi up on the forward positions. Simon Johnson taking the draw. Crusaders win that one. Keith takes possession of it. It's out. Garrett Kelsey makes a charge in from the point to try to keep possession and rip a shot off, but pulls it wide. Whalers are still moving it down in the corner. Ben Lombardi dishes it back up to Kelsey. Ben still working it on the midboards where the Crusaders try to flip it out of the zone unsuccessfully. Ben Lombardi's moving it down deep, tries to dish it over into the slot area, but isn't picked up by a Whaler. And tied up on the right post of the goalie for the Crusaders. One of the Whalers, I'm not sure who it was, tried to poke it in underneath the glove of the Crusader goalie unsuccessfully. The referee blew the play dead. Now they're trying to move some of the water out from behind the net. It's obviously slowing the puck down as it travels around behind there. It always has a tendency to puddle up behind the nets, so sometimes when they're wrapping the puck around there, the puck will actually stop in the puddle. The referee doing a little dance out there, trying to get the area somewhat cleaned up. And looks like we're ready to get play going here again. And we got Austin Starr in the center. Looks like the Crusaders pull the puck back again. Whalers picked the pocket. Jenkinson picked one of the Crusaders' pockets, got possession of it, but quickly turned it over to the Crusaders. However, the Whalers, James Lester grabbed it, and we got an odd man rush, 2-on-1 against the Whalers. The Crusaders trying to dish it over to one of the charging right wingers unsuccessfully. The Crusaders fire it out of play. They have a neutral zone face-off, it looks like. Take that back. Looks like we're going to be in the Whalers attacking zone, taking the face-off. Just a little shot from inside the zone, so we're at the face-off out inside. Whalers again lost that draw. Ben Lombardi dishes it back to the point to Ethan Fives, tries to get a shot off, which is wide to the left of the Crusader goalie. Crusaders trying to get it up, gets it up to his left winger. He blows a wheel at the red line. Now Crusaders are still trying to get something going, slapping the puck around aimlessly. The Whalers, Carter Snell picked it up, and he's winding it on the back of his net. And the Crusaders put a big hit on Ben Lombardi. As the Whalers pick up possession again to get it into the zone, take a shot on net, Carter Snell is able to rip a shot off, and the Crusader goalie able to stop another shot. Whalers definitely showing signs of life here in this early part of the third period, more so in the start of the last couple of periods. Definitely hustling and getting their legs moving, which is a good sign. Crusaders, on the other hand, are a little bit flat, not really moving that well. And it's quite evident on the amount of time that they're not spending in their attacking zone. Now the Whalers, Tyler O'Keefe picks up the puck but he's overpowered by the Crusaders as they took it away from O'Keefe, who tried once again to gain possession of it. As the puck squirts outside the Crusader zone. Picked up by Antonetti, who's put into the boards by one of the Crusader players. Crusaders still trying to get it out. They're able to clear their zone, but Lester gains possession and pokes it back down towards the blue line. It's picked up by the Crusaders once again. Dumped into the Nantucket zone after James Lester threw a big hit on one of the Crusaders players, knocking him down to the ice. Crusaders still moving the puck around. In the Whalers zone, the Crusaders taking a shot wide to the right of the goal. Fended off by Culkins, and now we have Austin Starr and Jenkinson on a break. 2-on-0, and Jenkinson with a nifty little backhander makes a move on the Crusader goalie. Putting the Whalers up 5-3 now. It's a great rush by Nantucket. Jenkinson, that's number 2 for our freshman. He was awarded that first goal earlier on where he tipped that shot in the second period. Now he's got his number 2 goal. Again, the young Jenkinson kid really showing signs of some great handwork down there in front of the Crusader goalie. I think the Crusader goalie's still wondering what happened. All of a sudden, I think the Crusaders are realizing that they need to get themselves back into this game rather quickly, as the Whalers are taking control totally offensively. Now the Crusaders again throwing the puck up. They get a lucky bounce up into the Whalers zone, who takes a shot. And again, the Crusaders, number 8, I believe. And if it is number 8 that took that shot, it is. I believe that's his 3rd of the game. Unfortunately for young James Culkins, he didn't have much of a chance on that. Kind of a odd man rush. And for the young goalie, wasn't quite expecting a shot, I don't think, of that magnitude to be coming at him, but he's been doing a fine job still. And there is no doubt about that. The Whalers again coming right back on the offensive, trying to get back a little bit of room here as the Crusaders are breaking it up through the neutral zone now. Trying to get it deep. Oh, and a pull down by the Crusader player. Not called by the officials. And that was a one-arm pull. He pulled him right down to the ice as Jenkinson is coming down and on his own puts it in against the Crusader goalie, getting his 3rd of the game. And that would be a hat trick for the young freshman. That is a hat trick. And I'm assuming the cost of hats are so much now, nobody's throwing theirs on the ice anymore. But I recognize the young Jenkinson boy for throwing a hat trick in. His first game of the season. A great showing by the 8th grader here for the Nantucket varsity team. And the Crusaders now winding up, coming through the neutral zone again. Fended off nicely by Tyler O'Keefe, who was definitely on the lower side of size, but played that very well in his defensive action against that Crusader player. Oh, and Phi with a great pass right across the front of the crease. And it looks like we're going to have an icing call against the Crusaders as a pass did not connect to the neutral zone. Trying to send their top scorer in there all by himself, it looked like. So we'll have a face-off now down in the Crusader zone. Simon Johnson again will be taking it, with Keith on his left wing and Ben Lombardi on the right wing. The Whalers pull it back, but can't control it right now. Dumped into the zone by Ben Lombardi. Picked up again by Simon Johnson, who does a little bit of trick work there. And Crusader goalie ties it up. Unbeknownst to Keith Johnson, the puck was right below him, but didn't see the pass come back from his brother. And luckily, the Crusader goalie was able to see the puck and cover it. Well, that could have been another goal for the Whalers. There is no doubt the frustration level of the Crusaders is growing tremendously right now. The bench is very quiet. A very stoic look on the coaches' faces, as I think they're in a little bit of disbelief as to what the game had started out as and to what it's turned into now. And a clearing shot, stopped by James Culkins in goal as the Crusaders cleared it from their zone. Carter Snell trying to move it around, poked forward by Ben Lombardi, but stopped by the Crusaders. Threw it around the middle. Keith Johnson picks it up and tries to get it ahead to Ethan Fye unsuccessfully, as the Crusaders regain possession of it now and are winding it up through the neutral zone. Picked off again by Jenkinson. And Jenkinson again coming down the slot, takes a shot and deflected from the goalie up across the crossbar and came out again. Nantucket, Natty Davidson still working it down low as the Crusaders pick it up, finally gain control of it and are able to get it out of the zone. Garrett Kelsey takes control and fires it over to Natty Davidson, who dumps it in on net, and the Crusader goalie will scoop that one up to slow things down here a little bit. 8:16 left here in the third period. The Whalers are up now 6-4 in a great turn of events here, and a very strong showing by 8th grader Ben Jenkinson, who's really shown some incredible talent here on the ice tonight. Natty Davidson from the circle, taking a shot, puts it outside to the right side of the goalie. Now James Lester trying to gain possession, but can't as the Crusaders try to pick it up. Cut off by Austin Starr. The Crusader picks it up and now is breaking down the right side. Garrett Kelsey trying to hold him off, which he does. Crusader wins the battle for the puck in the corner, comes around, tries to dump it in on a wraparound, but is denied by James Culkins. And we have a penalty coming up on the Whalers for hooking. I'm not sure which player was called. We're still waiting for one of the players. Looks like Natty Davidson's getting called for the hooking call, as he'll be taking his spot inside the box his first time this season. And the Whalers win the puck back, lose possession of it. The Crusaders gain possession of it. And from the point, there's a shot blocked by James Culkins. Great save by the goalie. Whalers able to get it out on the other side of the blue line as the Crusaders are trying to get something going here midway through the third period. Crusaders have a power play right now, but are just unable to get anything going as Ethan Fye and Carter Snell tag team one of the Crusaders trying to break into the zone. The Crusaders trying to gain possession of the puck now. Fye in their zone 1-on-4 as Starr rips a shot from way up high in the slot, and the Crusader goalie just able to see it at the last second. Was able to stop it between his blocker and pad and squeezed it down so it didn't go in. That was headed for the back of the net for sure. Austin Starr taking a great opportunity there. Also be taking the draw at the face-off dot. And Austin gets tossed out. Referee not liking what he's doing. James Lester in there wins it back, but unfortunately the Crusaders gain possession of it and they dump it in right on goal. And James Culkins bobbled it a little bit in the front. And again, Crusaders take a shot on. Culkins able to stop it. James Culkins holding his own down there. And Nantucket take possession of the puck deep in their zone. On a short-handed bid by James Lesser, the Crusaders now coming back into the zone as Carter Snell trying to fight off the Crusaders, and he's successfully able to keep the puck from going in front of the net as the Whalers cleared the zone. Crusaders now trying to get it up into the neutral zone as one of their players fan on a pass. Able to get it up now. The Crusaders coming into the deep corner of the Whalers zone. Dishes it in front. Just out of the reach of the point man as it bounces back to the point. The Crusaders are going to have to regroup. Crusaders getting a line change, and Phi winds up behind the Nantucket net. Coming down across the neutral zone. He's got help with him, and Phi decides to take it in deep. He's going to the left side, trying to get a shot off, but was interrupted by a Crusader player as the Crusaders flip the puck out of the rink into the bench area of the Crusaders. 5:40 left here in the third period. Whalers will be taking the face-off in the Crusader zone here. So we have Tyler O'Keefe. Gavin Phi, my apologies. Gavin Phi on the ice for the first time tonight, the younger brother of Ethan Phi. His first varsity appearance at the face-off dot.
Oh, really? Which number is he?
Number 19,
oh, yeah.
Gavin dishes it in front. A great pass. Trying to get it in front as the goalie for the Crusaders is rolling all over trying to gain possession and cover up that puck. Great move by the young Phi as he went behind the net, trying to dish it in front to one of the Whaler players camped out right in front of the goalie. The Whalers taking a late line change. We'll be sending those players back off. Simon Johnson at the dot loses the draw to the Crusaders. Crusaders now breaking it up, coming 3-on-2 into the Whalers zone. A great defensive play as a shot was attempted from behind the goalie. And we have another stoppage of play and a penalty being called on the Whalers again, as Simon Johnson's getting called again for a penalty. Simon's second of the night for a cross-check.
More interesting.
Yes, it does, as we have 5 minutes left here in the third period, and the Whalers are down now, a man. We'll be on the penalty kill here as the Crusaders are trying to get something going to close the score a little bit. Austin Starr in the face-off dot, unable to win that back. Gets poked into the corner by the Crusaders. And Natty Davidson able to clear it out from the corner, out of the zone. Whalers have it in the attacking zone, short-handed now. Austin Starr going into the corner to gain possession of it. Is overtaken by a Crusader player. The Crusader player loses possession. Garrett Kelsey brought into the boards by the Crusaders as he dumped it into the zone. The Crusaders now trying to get a bid going here as they are able to get across the blue line. Natty Davidson puts the brakes on that attempt as the Whalers' Garrett Kelsey is able to dump it out again. And the Whalers regrouping in their zone as the Crusaders a little dumbfounded right now, kind of standing around flat-footed, not doing much during their power play opportunity. With another 30 seconds.
Could be a fitness issue here.
It seems like the Crusaders are starting to run out of steam. There's no doubt about that. There a lot of standing around and a lot of lazy play, and a big penalty taken right there by one of the Crusaders. Oh, and he's calling both of the players, and I can't understand why Garrett Kelsey is called when the Crusader player clearly manhandled him and flipped him right over like that. So the Crusaders are called for a roughing penalty. Garrett Kelsey called for an interference call, and I just didn't see that. I don't quite know how they could pull an interference call out of Kelsey on that. Wow, there's some discussion going on now between the referees and it appears the Crusader captain trying to figure out what's going on. There's an argument to be had that they're not going to win, and they should know that. The guys in the black and white always win the arguments.
You would know that, wouldn't you?
You know, it's just one of those things, and why waste your breath? Just say, good call, ref. Good call. The Crusader coach having some words with his players right now. I think probably telling them, as well as the referee, to calm down a little bit and let's keep some order in the game. Crusaders very frustrated. Coming off of a 3-0 early lead in this game, now down 6-4. And the Whalers are just...
there's 2 penalties.
Yes.
One for each.
Coincidental penalty, so it'll be 5-on-5. It should be 5-on-5. I think we're 5-on-5. We're missing one for the Whalers, I believe. Oh, that's right, because Simon Johnson is still out. My apologies. I forgot that Simon was out on his penalty, so he's got 15 seconds left on his. So that's why Nantucket still has a man-down situation. And once Simon's penalty is over, it'll be a 5-on-5. And that'll bring us down to about a minute, almost a minute, 15 seconds, I believe, left in the game when the Crusader player and Garrett Kelsey can return to the ice. So now after face-off, Crusaders, again, trying to get possession into the attacking zone. Austin Starr working the puck down in the corner against one of the Crusader players. Ethan Fye and another Crusader join the mix trying to get it. Carter Snell ends up grabbing it and fires it down the ice. No ice on that because they were still in a shorthanded situation. We're back at full strength now. Whalers still trying to work the puck. You know, we got Lester looking for a penalty, which he's getting, but stopped in his tracks to look at the referee and waiting for a call. As Carter Snell took a shot from way outside, and the Crusader goalie puts a stop to that.
So here we go again.
So we have some more shenanigans going on, it seems. Seems like we have the Crusaders getting an elbow call against their number 8 player and receiving a bench minor on the Crusaders as well.
What does that mean?
So that means that somebody must be saying some things down there to the referee, as the coach is telling the referee it's the worst job of officiating he's ever seen.
Is that what he's saying?
And that costing the coach for the Crusaders a bench minor.
Which means what to him?
So that's an additional minute-and-a-half penalty for a player from the ice.
Oh, this is...
Has to be serving it, so we have a...
No, this is going to be available possibly tonight on Geno TV.
Oh.
And I remember we did a soccer game where it got physical.
Yep.
And the amount of people that watched it.
Oh, is that right?
This is going to be seen quite a bit.
Well, you heard it here, folks. Tonight you can view the whole thing all over again. So some of the things that we weren't able to have an instant replay on right now, you'll be able to see it again. Whalers winning the draw and now in possession, in control on a 5-on-3 against the Crusaders here in the Crusaders' end. Natty Davidson working it on the top of the umbrella. And Keith Johnson snapping a shot, deflected off to the side by the Crusader goalie. Ben Lombardi from behind trying to wrap around effectively. Blocked by the Crusader goalie. Now Ethan Fye from the point walks in, takes a shot, and is gloved down by the Crusader goalie, which probably would have been wide of the net, but still a good effort by the Whalers here, trying to get shots on net. Whalers are being very effective now, working the puck in the zone and getting some shots off. Really showing a lot of life here, even deep into the third period. 2 minutes and 22 seconds left here in the game. Whalers up 6-4. And we have a 5-on-3 situation still for another 56 seconds. We have a timeout called, I believe, by the Whalers, so that the coaching staff, DJ Watkins, the head coach here, can talk to the Whalers and give them some last-minute tips here for this last 2 minutes and 22 seconds. Trying to give them some offensive tips, I'm sure, on how to work the puck down in that zone and make that 5-on-3 as effective as possible. Movement of the puck is key right now because they got these guys outnumbered by 2 players, so it's awfully tough to defend a situation like that. Being in the
makes sense just to keep the puck and let the clock wear down.
Right now in a situation like this, when you have a 5-on-3, they want shots. They want to set up a shot, and they're going to be able to do it because there's no way the Crusaders are going to be able to cover all 5 guys. There's always going to be 2 guys open. So what the Whalers have to do right now, if they want to capitalize on this, is some really good puck movement, and they really got to pick the time when they're going to take a good quality shot and get some rebounds. So we're probably going to see some guys in front of the net working it up top. Ethan Fye takes a shot, dribbles it down in front of the goalie. Fye is stopping it, keeping it in the zone on an attempted clear by the Crusaders. Fye over to Natty Davidson, rips a shot, stopped by the Crusader goalie. Whalers behind, Lester. Jenkinson working it behind the net, dish it out to the point to Natty Davidson. Natty over to Ethan Fye. Fye working it back to Davidson. Davidson deep to Jenkinson, who rips a shot, covered up by the Crusader goalie. And we got a little bit of extracurricular activity down there in front of the goal. And looks like we're going to have a line change for the Crusaders. 3 fresh players out now to defend against the Whalers 5-on-3 here. Minute 50 left. 3rd period here at Nantucket Ice. The Whalers opening home game.
Great opener.
6-4 here in the 3rd. Whalers trying to win that draw again. The Crusaders pull it back. However, James Lester takes possession as Jenkinson dishes it around back up top to Ethan Fye. Fye back down to Jenkinson in the corner. Jenkinson taking his time looking, tries to dish it across to the front to Oscar Starr. Poked away by the Crusaders, but Carter Snell grabs it, dishes it down to Lester. Lester takes a shot across the crease. Jenkinson picks it up, fires it again, and Jenkinson with number 4 on the night. There we go. I can't recall a time in my history that I think I've ever seen not only an 8th grader, that's something we've never seen before, but a player on the opening game score 4 goals in his rookie appearance here as a Nantucket Whaler varsity player. Ben Jenkinson, he'll be the first one in the books for that feat, no doubt about that. And the Whalers win the draw on that one. Carter Snell taking possession, he ditches it over now. And we have some 4th line players out of the ice. And, looks like we have Sam Freeman. Took a pretty nasty hit to the head by one of the Crusaders' captains. Freeman, his first appearance on the ice tonight. Sam's one of our new freshman players here as well. We have young Jeff Domi out there for the first time tonight. And we have Gavin Fye back out there as well. We got Matthew Holgate up on D playing with veteran Carter Snell. So we have 4 fresh faces out there and 1 veteran for the Whalers.
Jack, are we going to see this team again? Are we going there?
We will.
Oh, boy.
As far as I know, we should have an away game at their place as well, so it should be rather interesting.
Oh, yeah.
If indeed we do play them. I haven't seen the whole schedule yet to see, but I'm going to guess that we will be. Even though this is a non-league game, it'll be nice to see. And this has been a great start for the Whalers to open their season after a rather sluggish start, to come back pounding hard, bringing their score up to 7. to the Crusaders 4 after, like I said, a rather slow and dismal start, which seemed to be setting a bad pace for the Whalers, but they've come back with a vengeance through the second and third period, totally controlling the game as we wind down now here with the last 30 seconds of the third period. Good. Alex Gibson out on the ice now. Taking possession, trying to work it up.
Oh, God.
To Sam Freeman, who missed it. Oh! Yeah, we have one of the Crusader players, oddly enough, came off the puck to play the body, which is not something you like to see. I think the referees just want this game to end right now.
Oh!
A bouncing puck in front, oddly bounced off of a player in front of the goalie for the Crusaders, who was able to stop it and put his glove on it before it bounced weirdly into the net. 6 seconds left here as the Whalers preparing to wrap up their first game of the season with a solid 2-point victory here. And I can tell you, if they continue to play like this throughout the whole season, they're going to have a great run at it. And a couple more ticks left on the clock, and that should just about do it. Well, a great showing here for the Whalers. 7-4 is the final score, as we'll have the handshake line. Whaler team celebrating in their end, as they should after a great comeback, being able to fire 7 goals on the board, with Ben Jenkinson throwing up 4 on his own to help add to that score. A great victory here for the Whalers, a great showing for all the freshman players, the veteran players coming back, getting their skates underneath them and getting their wheels going here and putting on a good show for everybody. So
thank you.
Here we are. You're welcome, Gino. It was a lot of fun. Thanks for having me. I wasn't quite sure how this was going to go.
Well, look, we look forward to having you home, doing our home games if you'll do it.
I'd love to do it. I had a great time. It was great watching these kids. I love watching the kids play. I miss being with them, and I wish them a lot of luck, and I look forward to it. And thank you.
Well, thanks, buddy.
You betcha. Thank you.